In the blistering heat of the Midian desert, where the sun hung high like a relentless overseer, Moses trudged along the parched earth, his weary eyes scanning the horizon for stray sheep. The air was thick with dust, and the faint bleating of the flock echoed around him. After years of exile, this was his life, tending to sheep for his father-in-law, Jethro, a role he had settled into, yet one that felt far beneath the man he once was. Little did he know, the ordinary day was about to unfold into something extraordinary. As he shifted, a flicker of movement caught his eye. A bush, vibrant and fiery, crackled and roared with flames. Yet astonishingly, the leaves did not wither, nor did the branches bend under the heat. Intrigued, Moses approached, each step stirring the dry earth beneath him. The smell of scorched wood filled his nostrils, yet he felt an inexplicable pull, a magnetic force drawing him closer. Suddenly, a voice emerged from within the flames, deep, commanding, yet enveloped in a warmth that washed over him like the desert wind. "Moses, Moses," it called, reverberating through the stillness of the air. In a daze, he answered, "Here I am." The words felt heavy, yet liberating. As he stood before the blazing spectacle, Moses instinctively removed his sandals, recognizing the sacredness of the ground beneath him. This was no mere encounter. This was holy. The voice identified itself as the God of his ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, a lineage woven with promise and power. "I have seen the suffering of my people in Egypt," God proclaimed, the flames flickering in fervent agreement. He spoke of their cries piercing the heavens, their anguish reaching his ears, and then came the heart-stopping revelation. God wanted Moses to confront Pharaoh and lead the Israelites out of slavery. Fear gripped Moses, an icy hand squeezing his heart. He felt inadequate, the weight of expectation pressing down upon him. But God's voice was unwavering, a beacon of reassurance amidst his turmoil. "I will be with you," it declared, infusing him with a courage he never knew he possessed. In that moment, clarity washed over Moses. It was not about his capabilities, but the unwavering presence of God. The narrative shifted years ahead, to a land steeped in despair, where the shadow of oppression loomed large. 9 plagues had swept through Egypt, each a grim reminder of God's wrath against Pharaoh's obstinance. The air was thick with tension, the streets hushed in anticipation of the final blow. Under the cloak of night, God delivered his last warning, a haunting proclamation that sent chills down spines. "About midnight, I will go throughout Egypt. Every firstborn son in Egypt will die." This was no random act. It was a culmination of divine justice against the empire that had enslaved his people. Moses was given specific instructions to safeguard the Israelites. A spotless lamb was to be sacrificed, its blood smeared on doorframes, a sign for God to pass over their homes. As the clock ticked toward midnight, the stillness of Egypt was shattered by a wave of grief that swept through every household. Cries of mourning echoed from the palace to the humblest abode, drowning the land in sorrow. Yet, amidst the chaos, the Israelites remained untouched, cloaked in the peace of their obedience, sheltered by the blood of the Lamb. In a moment of desperation, Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in the dark of night, his voice trembling with urgency. "Up! Leave my people, you and the Israelites. Go, worship the Lord as you have requested." His command echoed in the silence, a bitter surrender to the divine will. The chains of slavery had been broken. God had kept his promise, and the dawn of freedom was upon them, an exodus from despair into hope. Reflecting on these moments, one realizes that the burning bush symbolizes the unexpected calls to greatness we all experience, often in the mundane. And the final plague serves as a poignant reminder that salvation is not birthed from our strength, but through the sacrifice provided by God, a theme that resonates through the ages, culminating in the ultimate sacrifice of Jesus, the Lamb of God.